Picture this. 1901. A bunch of Greek sponge divers duck into a sea cave near Antikythera. They're expecting statues, maybe a bit of coin. Instead, they find splintered marble and a crusty lump that looks and tastes like week-old gum. 2 years later, an archaeologist chips it open and sees teeth. Bronze gear teeth. In a rock older than Caesar. That quiet moment blows the door off technology history because those gears belong to the world's first analog computer. A shoebox-sized bronze brain that can forecast eclipses decades early, track the moon's speed up and slow down, and even remind you when the next Olympics kick off. Today we're stripping the machine, gear by gear, to figure out how the Greeks built a gadget we assumed needed another 14 centuries of know-how. Ready to watch the past get weird? The wreck itself is a Roman Costco of looted Greek art, dated around 60 BCE. Nobody glanced twice at the greenish blob listed as miscellaneous bronze. Then archaeologist Valerios Stais pries it apart and spots a spiral of triangular cogs. Scholars roll their eyes. Modern contamination, they say. Just a ship's astrolabe. Because everyone knows the Greeks didn't do precision gears, right? The lump naps in a drawer for 50 years, while humanity hustles through vacuum tubes, moon landings, pocket calculators. Finally, X-rays hit. The photos look like science fiction. 30-plus interlocking wheels, a differential turntable, a pin and slot that mimics the moon's monthly wobble. One frame even shows a calendar ring stamped Sparta. Sparta. Say hello to Silicon Valley. The word alone proves this isn't a fluke. It's cultural tech. Imagine a shoebox carved from walnut. On the front, 2 dials, zodiac on the outside, Egyptian calendar on the inside. A single hand crank pokes out the side. Think pencil sharpener. Give it one yearly spin, and the cosmos clicks forward. The right dial sweeps through the 19-year metonic cycle that keeps lunar months synced with solar seasons. The left pointer warns which years cough up eclipses, accuracy within a couple of hours. A half-silvered bead twirls to show moon phases, while a second shaft changes speed, thanks to that pin and slot, copying the real moon's surge near perigee. Pry the lid, and you see tiers of wheels stacked like pancakes. The smallest, only 15 teeth. The biggest, 223. Every ratio baked from Babylonian star tables the Greeks inherited, and from mechanical instinct we didn't think they had. Let's trace one pathway. Crank, 54-tooth main wheel, 22-tooth gear, flips rotation, 189-tooth wheel riding on a turntable. While that big gear turns, it also epicycles, mirroring the sun's apparent slowdown each summer. Another branch multiplies 53 by 127 to nail Venus's 4.1-year heartbeat. A third cascade slices the Saros cycle, 18 years, 11 days, 8 hours, into 223 months, so a tiny glyph pops. Incoming eclipse. Grab smoked glass. All cut by hand, bronze files on bronze blanks, at a time when Europe won't see a geared clock for 13 centuries. If that's not enough, Swiss watchmakers had to rediscover some of these ratios. Chew on that. Was it a philosopher's toy, a classroom demo, or party bling for Olympic sponsors? The back cover lists every Pan-Hellenic contest, Olympia, Nemea, Pythia, Isthmia, so maybe it doubled as the world's first sports calendar. Picture a banquet. Rich patron cranks the handle, guests lean in. Friends, in 4 years the games return. Place your bets. Whatever the reason, the device shouts a world view. The sky isn't fickle. It just needs the right gear ratio. In an age of omens and goat guts, That's revolutionary. Here's the sting. Nothing this sophisticated surfaces for 1,000 years. We leap from Antikythera straight to 14th century cathedral clocks. Tech coma. Roman workshops might have copied the device until supply chains snapped and parchment rotted. Or maybe it was a lone genius, Archimedes, Posidonius, or an unknown craftsman, whose notes burned with Alexandria. Either way, progress isn't a staircase. Sometimes it's a trampoline full of holes. Flash to 2022. The UCL team prints 3D sprockets, laser cuts bronze, bolts together a replica the size of the original. They turn the crank, pointers glide, eclipses line up with NASA data. The moon phase bead winks at you tonight. Proof positive. This isn't a mislabeled astrolabe. It's a programmable calculator. Arguably, Turing complete if you swap torque for voltage. The Greeks built a clockwork laptop and then politely tossed it in the drink for us to find. Like watching ancient engineers bend time into pretzels? Smash subscribe and ring the bell so the next piece of lost tech doesn't swim past you. We're still missing a third of the gearing. Did the full model show all 5 naked-eye planets? Spirals on the back hint yes, but the planet pins are AWOL. CT fragments show H and I by gear axles, maybe color codes for snap-together assembly like Lego. And the big one, could the ancients have daisy-chained several boxes into a room-sized orrery? Until we dig another workshop, the Antikythera Mechanism stays a lone voice shouting across 2 millennia. We were smarter than you remember. We started with a blob yanked from the deep and end with a pocket universe of ratios, pointers, predictions. The Antikythera Mechanism is history's postcard. Progress isn't guaranteed. Genius can blaze and vanish like a supernova. Next time someone calls ancient people primitive, show them 30 bronze gears forecasting an eclipse to the hour, all powered by a hand crank. Then ask what tech we might lose if tomorrow's servers sink. The past isn't a straight line. It's a gearbox waiting for another spin.